Hey guys, it's ahhculdee back here once again. I know I haven't made a video in a long time, an actual video. It's been since last year alone that I have actually made a video. And that was in November, no, it was in December before Christmas. But I uploaded a video a few months ago that was just on here. And I don't know, I just haven't had the passion to make YouTube videos much this year. It's just, I don't know, I've just, school and everything and life in general has been kind of off for me. Like, I've just been kind of going through a phase, and I'm glad to say that I am back. I have kind of regained that passion for making YouTube videos, so if you see this video and then I don't make another one for the while, it's probably because I lost the passion again, but another reason is because my laptop broke and I didn't have it till like May, so I couldn't upload any videos, and I didn't really want to try to go onto the computer, which I'm probably going to have to do now because the automatic repair loop that problem came back on my laptop, and I don't know where to go from here, so I don't know if you'll see any gaming videos for a while. You might just see vlog style videos like this and previews of various things, and so yeah, but anyway, today's video is a simple video. It's about it's something that my NASCAR fans will really like, obvious from what's being shown on the camera. But anyway, it's my NASCAR Diecast collection as of the end of July, beginning of August of 2015. I made a video similar to this a while back, and it was much smaller then. I can say my collection was much smaller then, and it wasn't as large and vast and colorful as it is now. So I've been wanting to make this video for a while, and obviously it took a long time to set this out on my bedroom floor. And if there's anything of note I really want to tell you, I'm going to just go through it. And you've seen the overview of the collection, but if you don't know who these cars are or who these people are, for the people that aren't NASCAR followers, I'll tell you about them in the comments below. Just ask me, or go to our NASCAR on Reddit, which is a great place, by the way, for a NASCAR fan. So yeah, let's get going. Starting off, my collection is the 00 David Rudiman. I believe this was 2011. I forget. Yeah, I think it was 2011. David Rudiman, Aaron's Dream Machine, and Tom's. I don't think they weren't from the years he actually won in this car in 2009 and 2010. Because he won the Coca-Cola 600 and the at Chicagoland. You have the 01 Jerry Nadeau, U.S. Army. It was his car before he got badly injured and his racing career got stalled. We have a Martin Truex Jr. #1 car tomorrow. We have various Jamie Murray, one for Earnhardt Ganassi and Chip Ganassi Racing, as it's known now. We have all those right here: McDonald's, Weedia, and Belkin. This is my, sadly, this is my only Rusty Wallace car. I think it was maybe, I don't know where I got it. I think my dad got it for me or something. Because my dad was a big Rusty Wallace fan back in the day. Old Ford Thunderbird with the Miller sponsorship. This is Elliott Sadler's. I forget who he was racing for at this time. I think it was RCR, maybe? Yeah, it was RCR. Because he was still driving a Chevy. And that's my only Elliott Sadler nationwide car. This is my only Brad Keselowski car, my only Brad Keselowski #2. And it's the American paint scheme right here. And it's obviously on a stand because it's adult collectible. Here I have the Brian Scott. This is from last year. Brian Scott Shore Lodge Nationwide car. He has a win coming. He's had several good races this year. He's just had a lot of bad luck. So if somebody tells you he's a bad driver, he's not. He just has a lot of bad luck. I only have two Dale Earnhardt cars, which is the GM Goodwrench Plus car and his Hall of Fame Goodwrench car that they came out in the inaugural Hall of Fame class. Here I have two Austin Dillon cars, two of his Nationwide cars, his Advocare and Bass Pro Shops. I have one Ty Dillon, which is Young and Light, and obviously it's adult collectible, so it's on a stand because it's alcohol, obviously. I have Austin Dillon's number 3 Cup cars from his rookie season. I have his Dow Chevy and his Chiro Chevy. Ooh, this is a throwback right here for Morgan McClure, based out of Abington, Virginia. It's around the Bristol area, but I think it's Abington. Interesting fact, a relative of McClure in the McClure family, Eric McClure and Hal Martin, have formed a new team, Martin McClure Racing, and they're sponsoring a K&N driver. So it's kind of strange because of Morgan McClure Racing, but this is the 2002 Mike Skinner number 4. It's not Kevin LePage, it's Mike Skinner. If you're wondering, this is the 1 year. It's the number 4 Red Bull for Casey Kane. The 1 year he drove for Red Bull in between Richard Petty Motorsports, aka Evernham, and Hendrick. This is the number 4 Oreo Ritz car that Tony Stewart drove in one of the Daytona Nationwide races. I forget which year. And here we go. Last year's champion, Kevin Harvick. Both adult collectibles, so they're on stands. You have his Budweiser paint scheme and his Outback scheme. I like that Outback scheme a lot because Outback's one of my favorite restaurants. Here is Terry Labonte's Texas Terry Labonte, who recently got voted. Sorry, I can't speak. Voted into the 2016 NASCAR Hall of Fame class. These aren't actually like collectibles. I think they're maybe serial cars, and the one came with his trailer back there, but their stickers aren't as high of quality, or maybe they're just coming off because of time, so much time. And then I have one Mark Martin number 5 GoDaddy car from when he drove for Hendrick. It was his last year driving for Hendrick in the GoDaddy car, and before Danica Patrick came to the Sprint Cup. And then I have various Farmers Insurance, Casey Kane paint schemes. Some of these might be out of order as far as date-wise, but I think that's his first year when he drove for Hendrick, and as you can see, there's the rest of those. That's the number 6 Richard Petty SDP Ford. It was after. I think it may have been after he drove for Petty Enterprises at the time period in the 80s when he quit driving for Petty Enterprises, and he drove a 6, or he may have been driven for Petty Enterprises, but in a different series, or took a different number. This is a classic Mark Martin Valvoline from back in the 90s. Mark Martin, he's a good driver. He's going to be in the Hall of Fame soon. That's a really good paint scheme. And then we have his Pfizer, number 6 Pfizer car. Obviously, my parents would, this is from way back in time. Obviously, my parents wouldn't get me the Mark Martin Viagra adult collectible car. That'd be bad parenting on my parents' part. So I don't have that. I have David Reagan's number 6 UPS when he drove for Roush and he won at Daytona. I thought he was a decent driver, but everyone online seems to hate him for some reason. I have Ricky Stenhouse's number 6. I forget which year It was one of his championship seasons in Nationwide, and then his Angus, and then I have his Cup 6, like pre-rookie car, test car, R&D car for him. And then I have this year's Trevor Bayne Advocare car, which is, he hasn't done too well for Roush, but Roush as a whole organization has been on the downside. Here's a throwback for you. Casey Atwood in the number 7 Sirius car. I liked this car when it was little because the dog and the logo. It's Casey Atwood, by the way, not Jimmy Spencer, because Casey Atwood drove the car before Jimmy Spencer. Then I have Danica Patrick's Nationwide cars. The one from 2010 and the other from 2011, I'm pretty sure. And then I have, after Danica Patrick went to Cup, you have Regan Smith's number 7, started in 2013. Regan Smith's various cars from 2013 to present. You have the TaxSlayer.com, I think that's 2013 main scheme. Hellman's 100th birthday. Fire alarm, and the fire alarm scheme. Here I have a Bill Elliott, or that's not Bill Elliott, it's a Casey Kane 9 Dodge. I think it's from 2004, the first year he drove. And then I have the Car Tomorrow, Casey Kane from 2008. I believe it's from 2008. And then I have the number 9 Stanley Tools for Marcus Ambrose when he drove for Richard Petty not Enterprises, but Richard Petty Motorsports before he went back to Australia to drive V8s. And I have an interesting story about this number 9 Chase Elliott ARCA car. I thought it was a Nationwide car for whatever reason, and I didn't see the ARCA sticker on there. And then I have his number 9 2015. It's not his champion car, but it's his regular scheme. And I think he'll be a decent driver. I don't know. He's been kind of a sophomore slump in the Nationwide Series this season, so I don't know how, but it seems like all the rookies have been having sophomore slumps this year. And that's it for the first row, so I'm going to quit recording so I don't waste your time. Hey guys, continuing, I have the number 10 Ricky Rudd Tide paint scheme from back in the 90s. This interesting fact, this was in a bar of soap, so that's why the paint scheme's kind of faded, and I think it actually kind of smells like soap still. I don't know, I got it at a hair salon. I just wanted it for the car, so my parents bought it for me. And then I have the number 10 Johnny Benson. I'm pretty sure that's Johnny Benson, or it could be Scott Riggs. I'm not sure which, because it was I was kind of blurry on some of these drivers. It doesn't have a name on it, so it could be either of them. And then I have 2 Danica Patrick 10 cars. One from her rookie season, and then the paint scheme from last year, and with the orange stripe down the middle. Here's another pretty old car, Brett Bodine, number 11 Hooters Alan Kawicki tribute paint scheme. He didn't do that well in that car, but I remember getting that diecast from Walmart when I was little. This is one of my favorite diecasts right here, and it's just because of the color scheme and the team and the driver and everything. It's Brian Scott's number 11 Boise State when he still Toyota, when he still drove for Joe Gibbs in the Nationwide Series. Yes, Brian Scott's one of those drivers that have played driver swap 15 times. The same with Elliott Sadler, and it's a really cool paint scheme since he's from Boise, and I like Boise State, and I think their colors are really cool. And so here we have Denny Hamlin's cars. They're all from different years, and the one on the right, the last one, is from 2015. Here's my only Ryan Newman 12 car. So when he drove for Penske, so that's an interesting fact. I believe that's the number 12 Sam Hornish Jr. SKF when he didn't have a full-time ride in Cup. Penske really treated Sam Hornish Jr. wrong with his nationwide ride. It was still nationwide then. He should have still been in there, and I believe he should have got a ride, but that's these big teams for you. They kick away good drivers, and you have to go with who has the money. And then I bought this one just because it was really cool and a classic, a throwback. It's the Steve Park number 14 Burger King car. I forget. I don't know who he's driving for, but I just thought it was really cool because a few years back, Tony Stewart was in the 14 sponsored by Burger King, and then I found this car. I saw it online, so I had to get it, of course. I believe here's Tony. This is my biggest driver. It's my favorite, the only one and only smoke, Tony Stewart. I have a huge amount of Tony Stewart cars, because obviously he's my favorite driver. And I have a lot more 14 because I was old enough to buy diecasts. I have a few 20s, but it's not as big as my smoke collection. So here we have 2009 Old Spice, when Old Spice was still its main sponsor. 2010 Burger King and Old Spice Matterhorn. This was 2011, his championship car. 2011 Mobil 1. 2011 Burger King. 2011 Smoke. This is a pretty interesting car. I don't think he ever raced it. It was just kind of one of those model cars that aren't really paint schemes, but they're cool. And because Smoke's my favorite driver, I have to have most of the paint schemes by him, but these last couple years have been kind of rough on Smoke, and as me as a fan. That's 2012 when Office Depot was still his main sponsor. In 2012 Mobil 1. 2013 is when Bass Pro Shop started sponsoring Smoke. You have his 2013 main, 2013 Rush Truck Centers. The year of his last win and the start of his problems. And then you have last season with his fluorescent orange outline, more orange on there. And then you have the blue one. I bought this one recently when I was at the Hall of Fame. It just was a really cool car, and it was Tony Stewart, so obviously I had to have it. And then there's this year's Smoke car, which is it's a really good combination of the 2013-2014 cars, and I hope he can get back to victory lane soon. Sorry for zooming out, and I'm just coming down the line. Clint Boyer, in his 15 to 5-hour energy from his first year, 2012, when he drove for the team, and he finished second in points, and everything was looking good. And then 2013 happened for Michael Waltrip Racing, the cheating scandal, and now they're closing down. They're going to merge with Chip Ganasty Racing and Furniture Row Racing, probably. And from news stories I've read today, and I like this car too because it's the peak Duck Dynasty car. Duck Dynasty a couple years ago was everywhere. Now it's died down. You have your old Greg Biffle car, and old Greg Biffle actually has been down on their luck recently, but old Greg Biffle's still there. And then you have a more recent Greg Biffle. I think it's 2011 or 2012. I forget which year. And then I have the Trevor Bayne 16, when he was driving a Nationwide for Roush. I have the old DeWalt when the DeWalt was still with Matt Kenseth, and then his I think it's his 2011 or 2012 Valvoline car that he spun smoke with at Bristol. And then moving on from there, oh, and I also have his Matt Kenseth's number 17 Best Buy. I forget which year it's from. And here are the Ricky Stenhouse number 17 rookie cars, which are his Best Buy one through his NOS one, I believe, yeah. And then this one's from 2014, it's from last year. And I'm sorry I bought so many Ricky Stenhouse cars. I just thought his schemes were really cool, so why not? And moving on, I have a Bobby Labonte 18. I think it's from his later years with Joe Gibbs, because he started to slow down about 2003 and didn't get another win after Homestead of that year. And then you have Car Tomorrow, Kyle Busch. He's one of my least favorite drivers, but he drives the M&M's car, so I respect that. And he's been on a hot streak recently, so yeah. I also like this gold Interstate Batteries car, because Bobby Labonte was one of my guys back in the day, back when I was a little kid. I liked him and I like Tony Stewart the most. I liked him. I like Jimmy Spencer. Yeah. Casey Mears, Ricky Craven. Yeah, Ricky Craven was a crap back then. And you have his M&M's Brown paint scheme. His Snickers Bites paint scheme. I think I got that at Bristol, maybe. Here's a throwback. Casey Atwood rookie year car. It doesn't have the. This is kind of a cheaply made one. It was from the Dodge, actual dealer. But it doesn't have his rookie stripes on there. But I believe it was Casey Atwood, at least. Unless it was Jeremy Mayfield, but what year does that say? It doesn't have a year on the bottom. But then there's the 19 Elliott Sadler Stanley Tools when he was driving for Evernham. Robert Yates started to cool off and he jumped another sinking ship with Evernham Motorsports. And now he's got a pretty good gig in the Nationwide Series with 15 different teams. But anyway, here comes the number 20. Probably one of my favorite numbers all time. Well, it's one of my favorite all drivers of all time. After about 2010, I stopped liking I didn't really like the drivers who were in it. But you have your classic. I think this is his rookie year, actually. Yeah, it's his rookie Home Depot paint scheme. Then you have in his prime Smoke, in his prime car. And then you have Joey Logano. That's not from his rookie year. That's from either 2010. Yeah, it's from 2010. And then you have Matt Kenseth Dollar General and Matt Kenseth Husky cars. So that's the second row.